Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we've got another Gun Gripe episode for you. Yep, we got more updates on Virginia. We've been monitoring the situation very, very closely, and we want to, try to put out some more information that hopefully will be beneficial to our fellow Virginians, fellow Americans, okay? Now, look, I want to bring something up at the beginning of this video. I know there's a lot of folks in other states that are going through some really crappy stuff in terms of 2A right now, and we're doing our best to get to those individual issues as well, so give us some time. We are going to touch on some of those here in a couple of other videos that we're making today, but today Virginia is the hot topic, and there are so many things going on in addition to the previous video that we put out. So we've been covering this thing pretty heavily all along, and we're very, very concerned about the implications of all of these negative, things going on with the Second Amendment, and it has some very dire consequences if all of this stuff goes through, and they really are expecting all of these bills to be voted in. Okay, so it literally, Virginia is going to be the litmus test for how far people are willing to be pushed, because there's some far-reaching stuff that we're going to go over today. Guys, grab a drink, some popcorn, whatever you need to do. This video is going to be a minute. Chad's in control of the ship right now. He's got the window to the world in front of him, and he's going to go through some of these bills, and let's discuss them. There's a lot going on.
So in addition to everything that we've already discussed, like the assault weapons ban, the ban on suppressors that was introduced, there's some more detail to that we're going to discuss here. But most recently, in the House, there was a bill that was introduced to basically restrict any sort of indoor shooting range unless it was attached to a government complex or something like that, and a few other facets to that. But basically, from what I gathered, it was going to pretty much shut down the range at the NRA center right there in Virginia. So they wanted to keep you from shooting, okay, is what I gather from all that kind of deal, and keep you from training and such, to protect themselves, more or less. I mean, that's really the gist of the whole matter. But there's also...
It's too early for this, dude.
My
brain hurts.
I mean...
I can't.
It's just awful. But, I mean, these anti-gunners get control of the legislature and the governorship in a particular state, and then it's just... I mean, hey, we're going to sail right in.
All right, I'll quickly butt in for just a moment. It's so funny, too, how you notice that when these anti-gunners push for this gun control, they always have law enforcement exemption, or they have, but government shooting ranges are exempt. Oh, of course the government shooting ranges, because, you need to be able to go train all the feds to come shoot your dog and everything. You got to make sure they have their guns sighted in so they can shoot Fido at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Most of what we're going to discuss today is going on right now in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Like, as we film this video, the committee hearing is going on right now, okay? But the bill to restrict indoor shooting range is actually House Bill 567. And one of the things that I had read about it was that it won't shut down all indoor ranges, just the vast majority of them, unless, would allow indoor shooting ranges to exist in buildings owned or leased by the state of Virginia or the federal government, and would also permit an indoor range to operate It would also permit an indoor range to operate if at least 90% of the people who use it were local, state, or federal law enforcement officers. So they're only catering to LEOs, military, that sort of thing, okay? That is a bunch of bullcrap.
It's bullcrap, and we should fight it at every turn, but there's so much more to go over.
And let's see, the range would also be required to verify the identity of each user and keep a log of each shooter's name, phone number, address, and where they are a law enforcement officer.
Of course they will.
So, that's some far-reaching crap.
That's some leftist bull crap right there.
But anyways, that's a House bill, and then the other House bill that we wanted to talk about that kind of came up, and in a little bit more detail, was HB 961.
Yeah, this one's confusing, man.
So this is a ban on suppressor ownership. Okay, so this is what Northam was talking about early on, before the legislature in Virginia, went blue and everything. But so right now, if you legally own a suppressor in Virginia, if this bill passes, you have 6 months to either transfer it out of state to another individual who can own the suppressor out of state, or you have to render it inoperable, destroy it, or turn it into law enforcement. So they're not even allowing you to own the suppressors that you currently purchased and filed a Form 4 with the ATF and paid $200 to own that item.
Not to mention, it's private property. It's
Yeah.
your property. It's something you own. I mean, so again, there's this reoccurring theme with, and I hate to even say the left. I hate to draw political lines in the sand, okay? But we have to look at it.
Well, we got anti-gunners on all sides.
All right, but look, though, here's the thing. The Blues are in control in Virginia, so it is literally the left. There's no other way to spin this, right? So in this case, the left, which literally is all blue, the left, you know, they have a serious issue with property rights.
They do.
Right? Socialism requires that you give up a lot of things, right? So, of course, we have to get rid of suppressors, those evil silencing devils.
Public good.
For the public good, yeah. Oh, but not the police. They can have suppressors.
Yep.
I guarantee you they're not registered either.
No, they're not. All right. Get out of here. Get out of here, Siri. We're not talking to you right now. All right, so going on in the Senate right now, this was actually posted over on Mr. Guns and Gear's Facebook page. So
this is the meeting that's today.
Yeah, this is the Senate's Committee on the Judiciary. It is really early, and I haven't had enough coffee yet. The Senate Committee on the Judiciary. All right, so
while you're discussing that, I'm going to look and see if there's any information.
So if you guys don't know how the legislative process works, okay, lawmakers will introduce bills, okay, in either the Senate or the House, and then they are assigned to whatever committee they are associated with. There are certain lawmakers that are on these committees, okay, they will hear arguments for and against these bills that are going to be either let go to the House or the Senate floor for a full vote, and then go on to the governor's desk for either signature to let it pass or a veto. But this is kind of where all these bills get started, okay? They have to be argued upon in these judiciary committees, okay, or these Senate and House committees. So anyways, just want to kind of put that out there if you guys don't know the process, but there's a ton that just suck. I mean, it's just all out, unconstitutional, anti-gun, just anti-freedom BS. But so SB 12, okay, this is a bill that requires background check for any firearms transfer and requires the Department of State Police to establish a process for transfers of firearms to obtain such a check from licensed firearms dealers. So in other words, if you want to sell a gun to your neighbor or your brother or any other family member or just online on a forum like you legally can do with your own personal property, you have to go through a federally licensed firearms dealer, fill out another 4473 and transfer it like that. It's basically backdoor registration. We've talked about this crap in the past. All right, so there's that. Limitation on the purchase of handguns on a monthly basis. That's SB 22. So that limits you to purchasing one handgun per month if you are not an FFL. Or a dealer.
But it would have to be a handgun that doesn't fall under all of the assault weapons ban.
and we've already talked about the assault weapons bans that I think there was one introduced in the House, there was another one introduced in the Senate. And that's just your run-of-the-mill assault weapons ban where they want to ban everything. Even like featureless stuff.
And the thing is it's going to get through.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to vote it in.
SB 35, control of firearms by localities, permitted events. Authorizes any locality by ordinance to prohibit the possession or carrying of firearms, ammunition, or components, or any combination thereof in a public space during a permitted event or an event that would otherwise require a permit. All right, now, this is something that just passed the other day. So lawmakers banned guns at the state capitol prior to the
20th rally.
Yeah, the 20th rally.
All right, so very quickly, before we move on, it is important. Guys, the rally is on the 20th, okay? I have reached out to the Virginia Citizens Defense League. I know some of you guys follow us on Instagram and Facebook. If you are not following us on Instagram, go over to Iraq Veteran 8888 _official. Make sure you follow us on Instagram because we post all different kinds of stuff as it's happening. I'm very active in terms of getting stuff out there whenever it happens. And of course, we have some humor and everything. Anyway, I digress. But make sure you follow us on Instagram. Do it right now. It takes 2 seconds. Go follow us, okay, because there's lots of great information that we put out. But I have reached out to the Virginia Citizens Defense League to see if they have any slots to get me in to speak at the rally. I'm waiting to hear back from them actually right now. Just as of the cutting of this video, I haven't heard back from them. We are going to be in Vegas covering SHOT Show, but I will hop on a plane Monday and fly to Virginia for the rally, okay? If I can speak, I would love to be there, so I'm waiting to hear back on that. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I'm going to try to make the rally, okay? It'll just be me because I can't afford to buy plane tickets for everybody, but and then I'll have to get on a plane
and go back,
fly back to Vegas, cover SHOT Show. Ugh. But I'm trying to be there, guys. I'm making a very genuine effort to speak at the rally, so I'll try to be there. But make sure you show up on the 20th, okay? Rally day. You'll see some information. Go over to the Virginia Citizens Defense League website, and you'll see all the info that you need to take in about it. But please support it. It's important. But yes,
anyways,
what you're saying was a direct result. They're worried about people showing up to the rally. Of course,
which technically they should.
Well,
I mean,
I digress. I just want to mention that.
All right. I mean, it could be construed as a show of force.
Nah, man. Nah. Not at all. It's your right.
It is.
It's your right to assemble and protest tyranny. 100%. I mean, the reason we have the Second Amendment is literally to defeat a tyrannical government. And I can't think of a definition of tyranny that resonates any more than what's going on in Virginia right now.
Yep.
Northam and all of his Bloomberg cronies have pumped all kinds of money into this system. Now, okay, Virginia voters got a little lazy, and that's part of why this is happening, but there's a cause and effect to everything, and anybody with enough money can throw money at a situation and influence a situation, right? And that's what Bloomberg did. He threw a couple of million, $2.5 million into the campaigns and got Virginia to go blue just by pumping tons of money into the system, okay? The issue, though, is a little more far-reaching than I think they really want to admit. And maybe this is something that people aren't talking about, and I don't want to digress from the bills, but we'll get back to this in a second.
No, go ahead.
But something I want to mention is that the unintended consequence is I guarantee you in the next election, Virginia's going to turn head over heels and go back red again.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it'd be just like what happened after the 94 crime bill passed.
Yes.
You know?
So anytime these anti-gunners jump on board super, super hard on the gun confiscation, gun banning, all of these draconian and tyrannical gun bills, it always causes a shift back to the other side. Because I think what the one sort of ace in the hole that they don't really think about, I believe, is, and there are people on the left that are pro-gun, okay? So, there are blue voters that are one-issue voters and that are pro-gun. In fact, I know one gentleman here in Georgia that's running as a Democrat. He is extremely pro-gun, fervently pro-gun. And he is a one-issue voter, and he is running on the premise of, hey, I'm a gun guy, but he's a Democrat. So there are some areas where, the Democrats may not see eye to eye with both sides of the fence, but they have their own ideas, right? They might be a little bit more progressive in terms of the way they look at social situations, the way they look at, let's just say gay marriage, the way they look at, religion and other aspects of our lives, right? Now, I may not agree with a lot of the fiscal policies, right? Like, I don't think the whole socialism thing and communism and, distribution of wealth and social programs, I'm not a big fan of that idea. I believe that the government should really just stay out of a lot of that stuff, and I feel like people should be empowered and want to do good for other people and not be forced to do good for other people, right? And, I know that that's getting off on a different subject, and we don't want to jump into that, but the unintended consequence that Northam and his cronies don't see here is that this is going to cost them Virginia. Because all these people that are showing up pissed off, they're going to get out and you're dang right they're going to vote now, okay?
Yeah. So one thing about this whole situation with the House voting to restrict individuals from carrying on the Capitol property, it goes back to the whole thing about, there's no way that citizens could ever beat the military, blah, 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 blah. If that's the thing, okay, then why
restrict it?
Yeah, why are the lawmakers fearful of people bringing guns on the Capitol property? I mean, why is that?
Yeah.
I mean,
and look, one more thing. I'm sorry. Look, I'm like Rain Man right now,
I mean,
guys.
all you have to do to look at that whole situation is just look at the civil wars that have happened and look at like all the conflicts that have gone on like over in Afghanistan, for example. I mean, look at what Russia tried to do back in the 80s. I mean, we had a bunch of farmers with like Lee Enfields.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean,
uneducated farmers.
Yeah.
With Lee Enfields.
I mean, they had some help, but
yeah.
Okay.
But here's something else that's important to think about. Why would the Democrats in Virginia, Northam and all of his guys, Why in the world would they come out with a ruling? Or I say ruling. That sounds so like a monarch to say ruling. Monarchs rule.
Hear ye!
Monarchs rule. We're not a monarchy, okay? We got rid of the king a long time ago. All right, that ain't happening. But the I guess law or whatever they passed about the carrying of guns on the property, they really put their foot in their mouth in a very negative way. Okay, because one thing they show that their constituents that gun owners are not their constituents, and you are not represented in their government. It's their government, and you're just in the way. Mm-hmm. That's the way they look at it. So it sends that message. But two, from a not logistical, but from a standpoint of strategy, it's a bad strategy. Because think about it. Why would you do that? Why not give the people the opportunity to carry firearms on the lawn and make it, visual and make it, let them do it, and then hope that maybe they'll do something stupid. I mean, from a strategy standpoint, I'm trying to put myself in the mind of the enemy. Mm-hmm. To beat your enemy, you have to think like your enemy, right? Well, if I'm the enemy, I'm thinking, well, give them a chance to do something stupid, and then it backs up our premise that these people are bloodthirsty, horrible people and everything like that. But if you simply deny a place at that table and you know what I mean? Like, why do that? It just seems like a very ineffective strategy. Because you're basically saying, hey, you're not our constituents. But if they would have said, all right, fine, let them carry on the 20th. Mm-hmm. Let them be out there, be seen, be known, be heard, and let them do their thing, it would send at least a bit of a message that, hey, these are our constituents, and we're trying to at least hear what they have to say and give them a chance to do the wrong or right thing.
Yep.
But that shows right there that they don't trust us either way, and that it proves that you are not their constituent.
And you are a criminal in their eyes.
That's
just
right.
because you own firearms.
That's right.
So
that's and that was a bad move on their part.
Yep.
That was a bad strategic move. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Let's see. There's other Senate bills that kind of reiterate other bills that were introduced. It's like these people don't get together and say, hey, what are you introducing? Well, I'm going to introduce this. Well, I was thinking about that too, so you just go right ahead. No, I'll introduce it too. Let's just double up on it.
Well, they're throwing spaghetti at the wall and just hoping one piece sticks. So it's like they figure the more noodles they throw at the wall, the more it'll stick.
Yep. But yeah, they're... Oh my God, let's see what else
Southern analogy for you.
All right, extreme risk protection orders, red flag laws, obviously. Senate Bill 240. We all know about those.
Maybe they called up Dan on that.
Yep. Let's see.
Sorry, I had to stab Dan.
Let's see. SB 450, control of firearms.
And Trump started talking about that crap again,
too. I know. Control of
Pisses
firearms
me
in the
off.
chambers of local governing bodies allows a locality to adopt an ordinance that prohibits firearms, ammunition, or components, a combination thereof, at any regular or special meeting of its local governing body. Basically making, city council meetings and county commissioner meetings and such gun-free zones. And
I guarantee that the bailiffs and deputies have guns.
Oh, and the one of the caveats to the House banning firearms on the Capitol property and the legislative property is that it applies to lawmakers too. There were several lawmakers that in the article that I was reading that actually carry on a regular basis that are pissed because now they can't legally carry their lawfully owned firearms and exercise their constitutionally given rights, or in their own damn workspace.
The rights aren't given. You're born with them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That was a slip of the tongue.
That's okay.
Let's see.
They are endowed by your Creator, not by man.
You're right. Slip of the tongue there. All right, let's see.
I'm telling you, coffee helps.
Dude, I need some more. I might have to go make some after this video. Let's see.
Delicious Chick-fil-A coffee, boy.
Here we go. This was funny. All right, this is a gun show loophole thing. All right, so SB 543 requires the Department of State Police to perform a criminal history record information check on the prospective purchaser or transferee prior to the completion of any firearms transaction at a firearms show held in the Commonwealth.
Are you a computer or something? You're going to start talking like Stephen Hawking in a minute. This bill is messed up.
Hello.
Mandatory background checks. I mean, they're going down the rabbit hole. Guys, there's so many things in this video that we have to cover.
But that's really about all I see right now as far as specific firearms bills that we haven't mentioned. And this is just the Senate. Okay, this is just
And that's just as of right now.
Yeah. So this January 7th, I believe, was the start of the legislative session in Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. And like they've been harboring for it. You're like, okay, we're getting started. We're gonna be rolling these anti-gun bills out. So they're in committees right now, and they're likely going to pass committee. They're likely going to go to the floor of the legislative houses for votes. They're likely going to go to the governor's desk. They're likely going to be signed. But I guarantee there's going to be a hell of a lot of mass non-compliance going on in Virginia.
Yeah.
And a lot of pissed off people. And there was that one bill that they had introduced to allocate a hell of a lot of money and resources to, putting together like basically like a Goon Squad for the most part, supposedly to help with the logistics of enforcing the new laws and such. But I mean, part of that, kind of went around the air of confiscation, in the big scheme of things, and giving
basically
more money,
roundup squads to go around and collect guns.
The way it could be construed, possibly, but money for state prisons and local prisons or in jails and stuff like that to be able to accommodate the influx of new criminals that were made overnight, by the stroke of a pen, that sort of thing going on. Yeah. There's all kinds of crap going on. It's like, I mean, these lawmakers are just having a heyday because they think they have control.
It really is all about control.
It is.
Especially, and I know there's a lot of people that always tell me, they're like, Eric, you're too political. Your Instagram posts are too political. Your Facebook posts are too political. Oh, we just want to see gun shooting videos. Stop making all these political rants and this and that and everything.
Well, if we're not political, then you won't be seeing that kind of stuff. You've got to be politically active.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a different side to it the way I look at it, though. They choose to politicize my rights. My rights are concrete and don't have anything to do with opinion.
And we have to be on the defense.
I have to be on the defensive. I have to engage in politics that they create. They make my rights political and force my hand to do this. So I'm not engaging in politics. I'm defending myself against the politics. There's a big difference there.
You remember that time a little while back when we were supposed to be on the offense and we were extremely political? What became of that?
Oh yeah.
A whole lot of
that's
nothing.
The thing, yeah. We had control of the ship, and we thought, oh man, we're going to be picking from pro-gun bills like we're ordering off the Taco Bell menu.
Supposedly control of the ship, but we found out real quick that we had a lot of anti-gunners on the wrong side of the fence too.
Rhinos.
The thing is, anti-gunners all over the place. They're on the left, they're on the right, they're in the middle. They're up and down, they're everywhere. It's just when do you break off and just say, you know what, I'm tired of all this bull crap. I'm tired of this two-party, left versus right, white versus black, yellow versus brown. Who cares?
I know.
We're all trying to be Americans and live free and not be screwed with. At what point do you just say, I'm just sick of everything?
Well, I've always been a strong believer. You judge every man by the content of his character. It doesn't matter what flag he flies, who he is, what he is. It doesn't matter, him or her, or it or that.
Oh, don't even. Oh no! Stop.
But look. The thing is, doesn't matter what banner you fly.
God.
You should be judged by the content of your character and nothing more, right? And I think it's really sickening in politics where these people tend to say, oh, well, I'll do this and I'll do that. And then they get in office and they don't. They just literally lie about everything.
They're just pandering to a base, that is mindless, more or less. There's a lot of people out there that will just... They'll see an ad that Bloomberg, spent money on in Virginia and say, you know what? I think I would feel a little bit safer if all these crazy people with guns are rounded up. Or they take the guns away. Let's get this stuff done. Okay, I'm going to vote blue. I'm going to vote for this Democrat.
I hate the two-party system, and it's bad. I just wish people would just get along and be happy. And not to try to sound like a hippie or anything like that, but it's like the way I look at things, just simple liberty, right? Like, give me liberty or give me death. There's two choices. Like, there's no in between. You either have to be for liberty or you're against it, right? You can't say on one end of the token, oh, well, I'm pro-gun and I think that, all right, here's how we should look at guns and be, all right, I'm a hardline stance pro-gun. Oh no, you can't put that substance in your body, or you can't do this, or no, you can't marry that man or woman even if you are a man or woman, or even if you don't know if you're a man or woman, right? And I know it's a hot topic. A lot of people get into that discussion. They don't want to have that talk. They don't want to talk about the freedoms that they deny other people, right? Try to, play the card of who you should love and who you shouldn't, or what you should put in your body and what you shouldn't. And that's the issue. That's why the issue is so polarizing between, let's just say, this left and this right. These two wings of this bird, right, that everybody keeps talking about. Oh, there's the wings of the same bird. Well, that's a solid argument, okay? You can certainly look at it in that perspective, but the way I try to look at it is just simple liberty, right? I want to extend freedom to all people, right? I mean, that's just the way I look at it. Like, your freedom is yours. You're born with it. Like, why would you deny it of someone else and then expect in the same breath, oh, but stay away from my guns? Everybody always makes all of the freedoms out to be a gun issue. And don't get me wrong, the firearms end is super important to me. I have what I do for a living, like this me here on this camera talking right now, is an extension of my soul and how I feel and what we do. Like, this channel is our soul. It's who we are. It's what we're about. Like, we always shoot everything straight to you guys, and we just unapologetically tell you how we feel. But there are other things in the world that make us go round, other than guns. I mean, don't get me wrong. Guns are super, super front for me, because firearms are the tools of free people, and you use those to defend every other liberty.
You want to get on another tangent, you start talking about property taxes. I mean, all right. So,
oh, boy.
You spend 15 years buying a home, or 30 years buying a home, and then you own it, but then you still have to pay to own it. Or you work your butt off, all right, and you buy a piece of land and you build a house.
Yep.
You pay cash for it. And you have it paid off by the time you're 25, and then by the time you're 70, you've paid more taxes on the house. You've paid 4 times as much as it cost you to build the house in the first place. Now, you want to talk about something that is completely egregious and should be illegal. Taxation is theft, bottom line. But there's too many people on each side of the aisle, okay, that think they have the moral high ground. This is the basis for this whole two-party deal. Conservatives have the moral high ground because, hey, we're conservatives, we're Christian, we're this, we're that, this is how God intended, or this is how such and such intended. All right, and then you have people on the left, okay? They think they have the moral high ground, okay? And you're trying to legislate morality on both sides. It doesn't work that way. It's a failed system. Our founding fathers wanted us to be happy, and they wanted everyone to want each other to be happy, right? I mean, that's what the whole point of being a country is all about. Like, why have borders? Why have states? Why have towns? Why have capitals? Why do we define all of these areas within our country? Why do we say we're even a country if we don't care about each other's happiness, right? Your problem should be my problem, and my problem should be yours. It shouldn't always be this constant battle of trying to take this from that and oh, I'm better. No, I'm better. And then everyone's pulling from each side of the wings at the bird until you just pull little wings off, and then you can't fly nowhere. That's the issue that we're running into. Yep. Okay. I thought you were going to break into a Rhett and Link like Red House ad there. No. It's like freedom for everyone. Up into everyone's homes. Anyway, yeah. Anytime you make a Rhett and Link, that's a good day when you make that. I'm here to extend freedom to all homes, all people. All right, guys. Virginia's no joke. Okay. Look at the description box below. Make sure you follow the links to stay in touch with these bills. Yep. We'll know what's going on today. I mean, they're literally being voted on and heard today. Well, in the committee, right? Okay. So they're going to make it out of committee today. They're going to go to the Senate floor for a vote. And like I said, this is just the Senate, so I'm not sure about the House committee and all that stuff and all those bills. That's a whole other thing going on. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. We hope that you had some fun with us here today. We try to shoot you guys as straight as we can. We never BS you guys around. It's very important that you understand where we're at. And we care about freedom for everyone, right? We're not going to be naive enough to deny that each side is not without their issues, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, or their extremely polarizing issues. Okay, yeah. But I would like to think that a lot of us are kind of, a little bit more intertwined within the bird, so to speak, and that we
we typically really just want happiness for everyone. It really is about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And for me, defending that, having the tools necessary to defend my life, my liberty, my pursuit of happiness, as long as those things are not denied of me, hey, you do you, right? You do you, I'll do me, Chad does him. Everybody moves on, everybody lives. And look, you're not going to be offended in the grave. You can't take it with you.
Nope.
So why harbor it? Why make a big deal about everything? Like, live your life the way you want. Don't judge others. Don't try to take away people's ability to defend themselves. It really is an axiom, an axis of evil. To deprive the citizens of their liberties in terms of being able to protect themselves literally forms a complete axis of everything that goes against how this country was formed. And it's very, very concerning, and we want you guys to know it. And we have Virginia in our thoughts, and we definitely, want you guys to know that even though we're Georgia citizens, we're citizens of our country first. And, I try to think of the United States as my home, right? So one person's problem in another state is my problem. I'm not coming to you as a Georgian today. I'm coming to you as a Virginian. I can say fellow Virginians because you're my people. We're all together in this, and we care about you guys deeply. So I'm going to try my best to be there on the 20th. I'm still waiting to hear back from the guys at the Virginia Citizens Defense League. So I'll keep you updated. Remember, follow us on Instagram, Chad_IV8888, right? And then Iraq Veteran 8888_official. Follow us on Instagram. We post lots of stuff. Also on Facebook. So make sure you're following our other social media outlets. You'll get more timely updates in addition to the Gun Gripe videos. Thank you so much. And quickly, before we leave, I have to say thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. I'd like to just quickly say something directly to you guys here. I know that I'm not very active on Patreon, and I really apologize for that. I am such a busybody, and it's no excuse. But I literally feel like years are being cut off from my life. I'm so stressed out all the time. Like, I was shaving the other day. I've got all this gray hair, and it's like I'm going gray.
See, he doesn't even have any young kids either. Like, what is that?
But
what's that about?
You don't get it, man. Well, you do. You do get it. But it is such a struggle to feel like the entire world is against you all the time, and that you have to literally fight for the ability to exist.
I mean, that's...
And it's even more stressful when I'm looked at as that guy, because we are very vocal. Chad and I both are looked at in that capacity. But our Patreon supporters mean the world to us, and thank you so much for supporting us all of these years. And all of those of you who have stayed on with the man cans and purchasing the man cans, thank you so much for supporting our efforts, because I know we say it a lot in videos and stuff. This video is already long, so I figure I'll just mention this really hard, because those funds do support the channel very directly. It allows us. I mean, this guy's expensive. It costs me a lot of money, but
I'll make him look good.
Yeah, he does. Now look, to be fair. Now, Chad puts in a lot of dang work. I mean, on an average week, you put in a heck of a lot of time that is away from your family, your kids. I put in time I'm away from Brand. I mean, even though Brandy and I live together and work together, I mean, she works for the channel. In some parts of the day, I don't even see her all day. So it is stressful, but we do this because it's important to us to use the platform that we have here to reach other freedom-loving people. So thank you. When you support Man Cans or when you become a patron, it really does assist the channel. So thank you so much for being part of the lifeblood of our channel. And then those of you who purchase T-shirts on the channel, such as this volumetric accuracy, that was my T-shirt design.
Is that M2?
It is an M2 with a whole bunch of brass under it, and the whole 9 yards of belt,
the whole 9 yards
ammo there. But anytime you purchase a T-shirt over on Ballistic Ink, that's another way that you can directly benefit the channel as well. I'm sorry that I'm getting all Billy Mays on you. But I just, a lot of folks really like the channel, and they want to know how they can support us directly. And those are the most direct ways you can support the channel if you see value in what we do and you wish to be a part of it. Also, anytime you buy something on Amazon, if you use our Amazon link, no matter what you buy, whether it's on our shop or anything you're shopping for on Amazon. If you do shop on Amazon a lot, if you use our link, the stuff you're buying already will get a percentage of those sales. So that's a great way that you can passively support the channel without even having to buy anything directly from us or donate directly to us. You can simply use our Amazon link and then support us passively buying the things you already buy on Amazon. So that might be a great way for some of you to support the channel. So anyway, I digress. I'm sorry I'm long-winded in this video. We actually are off of a lull. We've been off for Christmas.
Well, off.
Yeah, off is the term. But we've been off for Christmas. I mean, how'd things go for you? What'd you get to do over Christmas break?
Well, I got to deal with family and in-laws and traveling around, taking the kids everywhere and receiving many gifts for my children that we have no room for. And
it's like the Who's with all their cling clang clackities and
see, we don't have
boom,
a toy.
boom, back.
We don't have a toy room, so all the toys are just kind of in our living room, and it's just always like a toy explosion. I can never get the kids to pick up after themselves and all. We're still working on all that.
That's right.
But we didn't end Christmas until like the weekend after Christmas because I had family come up from Florida too, so we had to do it all over like 3 times, and then trying to relax and do things. I was going out of my mind because I wasn't doing anything. So, I mean, I was editing still and going out and zeroing guns and testing a few things, doing some sound metering, piddling around, trying to find something to do.
You shot the new MDR the other day.
I did.
Did you like it?
I do. It shoots great.
Good.
Wonderful. 5.56, yeah.
Lots of videos on the way, guys. And I appreciate you sticking with me. I know this is a long video. That's why I told you to, strap in and get ready because it's a long video. But
grab a snack.
I hate to be long-winded, but it's very important to me that I'm conversational in these videos, especially with the legislative updates, because there's so much doom and gloom. You got to humanize things a bit. We're still people and everything. Like, last night I took the last deer on the farm that we're ever going to take. And I don't know how far down this rabbit hole you want to go in the video. But
I mean, we're here.
We're here.
If you guys are still here, y'all are here too.
Look, if you're still here,
we know some of y'all watch these videos all the way through.
Some people watch them to the end, so you have a right to know, I believe. Okay, the farm has recently, where we film everything is under contract. Okay, the family farm has sold, and it's mainly due to a lot of development in the area. Mm-hmm. We can't really shoot there that much. I mean, we can, but it's only going to be a matter of time before we can't shoot there anymore.
There's a lot of development going on right around us, and we've had that property for a long time. And my parents, I kind of grew up there. We had a house there and everything. And, I still live in the same city, okay? But it's just the city's kind of encroaching upon us, and we've had a lot of growth in our county over the years, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same as it used to be. And my dad's recently retired, and he's just kind of tired of it all. So we're kind of selling and getting out, But nothing's really going to change on the channel, obviously. Right. But we still got a good bit of time before anything goes through over there. But it is kind of bittersweet. We kind of grew up over there, and you guys have kind of grown with us, shooting on the property. And you've seen it in every video just about. And like I said, it's kind of the end of an era, so to speak. But
it is.
It's just change is inevitable.
I know.
It's just one of those things. But
yeah, and his parents sure have dealt with a lot of crap over the years from us.
We were joking about it the other day. Like, they never really wanted to kick us off. It's like, they thought about it.
There's probably a couple of times that we pushed their buttons, but it was really cool to get that one last deer, because this is the last deer season that we had at the farm. So, we got us a nice big doe yesterday. That was a great way to just end, a good era for the farm in terms of...
That was a big girl.
Oh, God. A big old 155-pound doe I shot last night, which was great. And we went out there and got her together. That was just great, And that's a memory I'll take with me forever, Mm-hmm. So it is bittersweet, but it's one of those things that, we got to move on. When one door closes, another one opens. Mm-hmm. So... Indeed. Without digressing too much from the subject matter of the episode, which I'm pretty sure we're too late for that.
We always go off on mini tangents.
This is mini tangents.
Mini tangents.
Mini tangents. Yes. All right, but definitely keep an eye on Virginia, and thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate y'all. I can't say that enough. Lots going on. Many more videos on the way. Thank you so much for watching this video this long. I know it was a long one, but we'll see you soon. And we'll see you guys in Vegas. And we've got tons of awesome videos planned for 2020. This video was kind of long, I think, just because we're off a break.
We are.
We've been off for like 3 weeks, so this is our first video, and I wanted to just take the time to really kind of discuss some things in detail. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for being a part of what we do. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.